Good evening, everyone, and welcome to George Simonian Alumni Stadium on the campus of Chelmsford High School, the newly refurbished George Simonian Alumni Stadium, where tonight the Lions are getting set to do battle with the Grey Ghosts of Westford Academy, hoping to rebound from last week's defeat at the hands of Tewksbury High School. Howie, the Lions, first of all, Bruce Byam, Howie Neal, and Rob Russo. Howie, the Lions probably would love to have a mulligan on last Friday night.
Right. I think it's a first game jitters for everybody, Bruce, and defense, I think, needs to pick up game speed, and offense, I thought the offense was a little sluggish, but I think tonight it's going to go. Thus the green shirt for offense to go.
And Rob, I sensed a little urgency in the coaching staff this week. I thought the players were more upbeat. I thought the coaches were. They played an outstanding opponent last week in Tewksbury.
Tewksbury is probably one of the best programs in the state right now. Division III, I see them walking right through that. I see them beating many Division I teams. And so we went to the drawing board. There weren't all bad things happening last week, and we're going to capitalize on the good things that happened and just do more of them this week.
Let's listen to head coach Bruce Rich now describing what his thoughts were on last week and what he expects from the Grey Ghosts tonight. For CHSTv, Bruce Byam, I'm very happy to have with my guest this afternoon, head coach Bruce Rich, Chelmsford High School Lions. Coach, Friday night I know didn't go the way you wanted it to go, but I think there were some positive things.
There were. Our first drive was crisp. Colicchio came down with a big catch to start the game, and Jeff Diorio, ran the ball well. So we had a good first drive. After that, we became just a little unorganized. We made some, mental mistakes out there. First game type things that you really can't do when you're playing a solid opponent like Tewksbury High School.
Reactions to the whole night, the stadium. I know the loss was tough, but the stadium, the field, the venue looks just absolutely fantastic.
It's a great environment to play in. We had a packed house. We're playing on brand new turf. We're in the we're up to the speed now where we should be, and I'm really proud to be just a part of this whole thing.
And I want to wish you a lot of luck on Friday night. I know that Westford will be a stiff opponent. So for CHSTv, Bruce Byam and head coach Bruce Rich. We wish Coach Rich much success tonight, hoping the Lions will rebound. The game last week, Howie, with Westford Academy featured even, I think, some coaching mistakes in that particular game.
In the Tewksbury game.
In the Tewksbury game, I'm sorry.
I don't know if we had a little confusion. I know on one punt where we didn't know what down it was, and so we had to call a timeout to get our punt team on. Some of the things were just, I think, first game coaching mistakes, player mistakes. And tonight I'm looking for a much better, smoother game. I'm looking for the offense to have a real good night. I really am.
Rob, our next guest is Jeff Diorio, and I think the Lions might want to feature him a little more tonight.
Absolutely. Jeff is probably one of the premier backs in our league. He had, I think, only about 7 carries last week, and he averaged almost, I think, 9 yards a carry.
Yep.
You need to get the ball in his hands. He does some great things. He hits a hole fast, and I just expect to see more and more every week.
Let's listen to the interview now with Jeff Diorio, captain of the Lions. Bruce Byam for CHSTv, and I'm very pleased to have Jeff Diorio, running back, Chelmsford High School Lions, also one of the 4 captains for Chelmsford this season. Jeff, I know Friday night didn't start the way you wanted it to. From a personal perspective, what do you think the Lions need to do to bounce back?
Well, we could have played a lot better than we did last Friday, but we made way too many mental mistakes and just little things like that. So basically, I think if we can work on all the little things and just execute way better, I think that game could have been a way better game, and next week will be a lot different.
Jeff, you're going to play an opponent on Friday night that you scored 4 TDs against last year, so I'm sure you're looking forward to a rematch with Westford Academy. You scored 19 all of last year, 104 points. That was quite a season. Comment on that.
Yeah, well, I hope I can do that again. I hope I can do better this year. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. I hope we can run the ball a lot more than we did last Friday against Westford and in the future, and I'm excited to do it.
Jeff, I want to wish you a lot of luck against Coach Bruce Rich's son on Friday night as well, and hope the Lions are able to bounce back in a big way against Westford Academy. Thanks for joining me, Jeff.
Thank you.
For CHSTv, Jeff Diorio and Bruce Byam. We hope Jeff has a real big night tonight. Speaking of big nights, it's a big night in the Rich family household,
Right.
Howie. Head coach Bruce Rich in Chelmsford and his son, Bruce Jr., coaching the defensive backs for the Grey Ghosts.
Right. I had the pleasure of working with young Bruce when he was in Chelmsford. Here I worked with the quarterbacks, and he was a key quarterback here and did a great job. And this is, I believe, his third year at Westford.
Yep.
He's been offensive coordinator. There's a new coach this year from Salem, the new head coach, Gagne. So Bruce has stepped over to the defensive side of the ball, where he was also a defensive back for his dad. So he's got a real good pedigree behind him. He's excitable. He's well drilled. He understands what needs to be done. I think the kids at Westford really like him. So
They're lucky to
good
have
luck
him.
for him.
Absolutely. And Rob, in terms of Westford, what do you expect to see from them tonight?
Well, Westford comes with some talented kids. Last week they played Lowell. They were shut out 21-0. But you're going to see them spread the field out, wide formations. They're going to throw the ball a lot, I believe, and they're going to test our young defensive backs.
We have an interview coming up with with a defensive backfield coach of the Chelmsford Lions, Mike Marshall, who has come over from the offensive side of the ball. And Mike has some thoughts on tonight's football game. For CHSTv, Bruce By, I'm very happy to have with me this afternoon one of the assistant coaches for the Chelmsford Lions, Mike Marshall. Mike, Friday night was a tough one. I thought with a young defense, I thought they hung in the game and responded. Some good things, I think, to look forward to.
Well, I think we got to talk to the kids about is, going into the fourth quarter, it was 12-6. I mean, that was a physical football team, and I don't know if we're going to see another football team as physical as that.
Westford Academy presents a little bit of a different challenge. You've had them twice now. I've seen them on film. I know you've seen them on film. What do you expect out of them?
They run the zone. They're spread. They're quick. They come to the line of scrimmage, and they get up and they run the ball. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a lot different than last week. This week they're going to be throwing the ball all over the place. So I'm actually looking forward. I used to play defensive back, and I love teams that used to throw. And I just want my kids to get excited. You're going to get tested, and we'll find out a lot about how we're playing this week.
Okay, for CHSTv, Mike Marshall and Bruce Byam. Okay, thank you for Mike Marshall's interview, and he's a great guy, does a great job, and we wish him success with his defensive backs tonight, hopefully a couple of picks. Our next interview is going to be with a fine young man, Howie. He's a wide receiver for the Lions, Thomas Stolke.
Thomas Stolke, number 2. He had a nice introduction last week, ran some good patterns. I don't think he had an opportunity to catch the ball, but he was open a couple of times that I saw him. He's learning like they all are. We've got a young group of receivers, and Coach Rapone thinks that he needs just to have some more reps. And that's all.
And I think that's true, and he did a great job with his interview. Rob, the Lions on defense last week, I thought, played a really pretty good game, despite the fact they gave up 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, well, they were young. They're 2 cornerbacks, are juniors. One of their linebackers inside is a junior. Actually, several of the linebackers are juniors. But it was 12-6 until the beginning of the fourth quarter. We had a couple of stops. Shutting Tewksbury down in the red zone. We just didn't capitalize on offense, and I think today you're going to see a much better overall team plan.
Before we go to Thomas's pack and interview, we're going to put you on the spot as we do every year. You're first, Rob. Who's going to win this game tonight, and what's the score?
Well, I actually do feel very good about tonight. Like you said, there was a sense of urgency. The kids had it. The coaches had it. I think the defense is going to come back big this week, and the offense even bigger, 35-14.
And Howie, what are your sentiments?
I saw practice on Wednesday. They looked crisp. They executed well. I'm looking for the Lions 28-12.
And Jeff Diorio scored 4 touchdowns in this game last year. I look for a big night from Jeff tonight. I hope he gets 4 more. I think the Lions 27-20. Let's hope we're all right. We're going to go to Thomas Stolke, and coming up with a kickoff after that.
holding the pens. Do they go on my head?
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
Talking to your kids about finishing school isn't easy, just necessary. Go to boostup.org for materials that can help.
Mom, can I have $1? Yeah, it's right. I think my purse is upstairs on the bed. It's not here. Check the dining room. No. What about your sister's room? It's not there either. The upstairs closet? The downstairs closet?
There are no more closets.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Today is Saturday. Today is Saturday. Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, throw a ball Thursday. Water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday. Let's move Monday, swap snacks Sunday. All the healthy children eat well and move a lot. And move a lot. And move a lot. Eat well and move a lot.
60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day.
Skip a rope Saturday, freeze tag Friday, tap dance Thursday. Whole grains Wednesday, try a veggie Tuesday. Let's move Monday, split the sweet Sunday.
Eat well and move a lot.
Today is Saturday. Today is Saturday. All the healthy children, all the healthy children.
Get ideas. Get involved. Get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
Can I have $1? Yeah, it's right. I think my purse is upstairs on the bed. It's not here. Check the dining room. No. What about your sister's room? It's not there either. The upstairs closet? The downstairs closet?
There are no more closets.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Talking to your kids about finishing school isn't easy, just necessary. Go to boostup.org for materials that can help.
Once again, welcome to George Simonian Alumni Stadium, Chelmsford High School. You can see the combined bands of Westford Academy and Chelmsford High School are at the center of the field, and they're going to play the national anthem coming up momentarily. Bruce Byam, Howie Neal, Rob Russo, Ronna Berman, and Ann Russo ready to get this game started. We're anxious. I think the Lions have had a week that they want to forget, and they want to get this game started.
Yeah, I think it's really nice that is it going to be Chelmsford and Westford bands together, I believe, for
Yes.
the national anthem, which is a great venue to do, a great thing to do, pardon me.
Once again, the crowd is filing in. We had a great crowd last Friday night. We're going to pause. We're going to let the bands bring us the national anthem. they showed that tonight. Momentarily, the officials will head to the middle of the field. The Westford captains are number 40, Alex Antes, number 58, Ryan Pocock, number 20, Ben Rodman, number 17, Will Paduski, and the Lion captains, number 17, Devin Lecken, number 20, Charlie Kalenda, number 42, Jeff Diorio, and number 45, Todd Dowry. And the officials, we don't have the names of them. We'll maybe get them later on. This game is important for both programs. They started, both teams started with a loss last week, and they certainly don't want to go 0-2 to start the season. Rob, a little bit of pressure on both because of that.
Oh, absolutely. With the new playoff system, I'm not quite versed on it, but there are points available for teams that you play, whether in league or not. And just psyche-wise, you don't want to go 0-2.
All right, here come the captains to midfield. We'll pause, see if we can pick up the referee and his instructions. Apparently he's not mic'd tonight, so we'll try to interpret as we go along. This is the third consecutive meeting with Westford and Chelmsford, actually the fourth overall. The first one was in 1944. But the Lions have won the last two in recent years, and they've had pretty good success scoring against Westford. In fact, they've put up 95 points against Westford in 2 games.
Wow, that's terrific output, and I'd like to see something like that tonight. The night is perfect. It's a very cloudless sky. The wind is coming from right to left on your screen. The turf is fast. Great weather. We had some rain this afternoon, and last night we had some thunder and lightning.
A lot of thunder and lightning. Westford apparently has won the toss. Yes, they have. And let's see what they'll do. Westford won the toss, and they are going to defer. They're going to receive. Westford is going to take the football. The Lions will be kicking it off. And we're moments away from action tonight here at the newly refurbished great field conditions for the Chelmsford Lions and the Westford Grey Ghosts. This is a natural rivalry.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. It's kind of a quiet rivalry. We always know that Barica is kind of that team that you really kind of get up for. But in several sports, basketball being one of them, Westford comes to play, and they really kind of give us a go.
I think the basketball rivalry is very big between the two schools, and I think our football rivalry with AB is the rivalry. It's big.
Yeah.
You know,
both of those schools in the Dual County League, and their Thanksgiving opponents. Well, they'll also play earlier than Thanksgiving this year, as we will with Billerica.
And this rivalry here, this may build. It's like you said, Bruce. It's our third, just our third game. And,
right.
You know, in a couple of years, it could be a real heated rivalry.
It could be.
You know?
Well, it's good that the towns are so close. The transportation costs are down.
Right.
Westford has a new coach this year. Their previous coach is now the head coach at Billerica High School. We'll see him next week. Adam Gagney is the new coach. He comes from Salem, New Hampshire, and I'm sure he'd like to get his first win under his belt. Back deep for Westford, number 17.
It's Paduski.
Yeah, and number 11. Let's see if we can.
Yes, it is 11.
Yep. And
that's
Nicholas Fiorello, I believe.
Fiorello, right.
Charlie Kalenda to kick it off for the Lions, senior kicker. It's a high end over kick. Fiorello at the goal line, fakes the handoff, gives it to Podolsky. The Lions aren't fooled at all, and at the 10, just a bunch of Lions down there. Number 58 was one of them, and that's Russo.
Yes.
Micah Jr., happens to be someone I know very well,
Right.
Good start for Rob. For Rob. Good start for Rob, too.
I don't take any credit for him.
Michael is a junior linebacker, as you just heard, and he's one of the leaders of the Lions defense. Westford likes to run the spread. Their quarterback is number 13, Luke Moran. Their featured back is number 20, Ben Rodman. Rodman played a prominent role in last year's game.
I don't think you're going to see much in the way of huddling for them, although I don't believe they run NASCAR. I think they take their time and call the play from the line.
This is Moran. He tosses it out quickly. The Lions are there and cover that. No gain at all. In fact, maybe a loss, Howie.
Yeah, so it looks like a very quick coverage there by number 34. Dennis, is it Delafour?
Delafour.
It is.
And that was a tackle by Delafour. The reception was number 2, Thomas Jacobson. And they did lose a couple of yards. It's 2nd and 12, and they're operating inside the 10-yard line. Moran hands it to Rodman. He breaks through a big hole, and he's off to the races. He's got great speed, and he's going to take this all the way.
Yes, he is.
No flags. He's going to go 89 yards for the touchdown for Ben Rodman, and Westford scores their first points, and what a big hole he had to run through.
Yes, he did. He had a big hole there, and he ran very well against us last year. And obviously, he was the only back in the backfield. It was a nice read if they by Moran on that.
The kicker is number 19, Luke LeBeau. The holder is number 2, and that is Thomas Jacobson. Westford was so surprised they're still bringing their extra point team on the field. Rob, that's a play that where you had the momentum on your side, and a stop would have given us great field position.
Oh, absolutely. They just caught us in a seam.
Yep.
You know, one block and he was off to the races.
We're going to reverse that. Jacobson is going to be the kicker. He's number 2, left-footed kicker, drills it up and makes it, and Westford is on top by a score of 7-0 in the first minute of the football game. So lightning has struck tonight. You were talking about lightning, Howie.
Yes, I was, and I wasn't referring it in that way, but we'll have to make adjustments.
Last year's football game featured many, many big plays on both sides of the football, and it's just started out that way tonight.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back with the kickoff.
This could be.
Mom, can I have $1? I think my purse is upstairs on the bed.
It's not here.
Check the dining room. No, the upstairs closet.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money.
LeBeau getting ready to, Jacobson ready to kick it off. Back deep for the Lions. Number 42, Jeff Diorio, and number 3, Mike Colicchio. Nice high kick. This is going to be Diorio at about the 20. He takes it across to the right, and he has a good yardage out to the right, and he takes it to the 34-yard line, where the Lions will start at 1st and 10. Jack Smith is the quarterback, Jeff Diorio the featured running back.
Okay, the fullback will be Joey Rosano, number 47.
Camp Smith is a junior quarterback. He had 7 completions in 20 attempts last week for 123 yards and a touchdown.
Lecken and Driscoll will be the tight ends. Wide receivers, Nick Andre, number 5, split out to the right. If you go left on the screen.
This is Diorio. Comes across a nice hole, and he takes it to the 40, a pickup of about 8. And Rob, you said they might be going to pound the football.
Well, Chelmsford lining up in their base solid formation. That's just an ISO, and I think you're going to see a lot of ISO-like plays when you're running it, because Westford runs a 4-3 defense, and you just want to kind of tack it straight ahead.
Yeah.
Gain of, we'll give him 7 on that play. It's 2nd and 3.
The key defender for the Grey Ghosts there, number 58, their captain. And that's Brian Pollard.
Diorio gets nothing this time. In fact, he loses about 4, knocking him back to the 35. It's going to be 3rd down, and we'll call it 8 now for the Lions. So Westford senses the same thing we sensed, I believe. Chelmsford's going to take their first time out.
Westford.
Westford took their first time out. And there's nothing to get you excited like going 89 yards with the opening drive to get the momentum on your side of the football.
Yeah, absolutely. That takes a lot of pressure off you when you score first, and you can start to think about how you're going to attack the defense a little bit more in your playbook.
And this is the kind of situation I think Rob Westford was hoping for, to get the Lions in 3rd and long and take them out of that running game possibly.
I think that's something they're going to have to do. And the good news for Chelmsford, though, is they have a very accomplished passing game. We maybe not saw it as polished as it could be last week, but this week I think it's going to be a little different.
All right, you're going to see dash right. You got Stokey.
Camp Smith steps up. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to get he's going to pick up the first down.
Yes,
nice decision by Jack.
Yeah, nice job. Westford dropped off, gave him a soft corner, and Jack was able to carry it for the first down, I believe. Yes.
No, this thing, no? Going to be close. No, it's the first down. So he took it up to the 40. Where are we? 43-yard line. Yep, 43. So that's a pickup of about 9 yards for Camp Smith, and just what the Lions needed. They needed 9 for the first down.
That's what you're going to get from Jack, though. Jack, we like to roll Jack out because he has legs. He can run.
That's right.
He's got good vision, and what we want is someone to come try to get him so he can just throw it over his head.
Jack is a big, tall kid. He's 6 foot, 175 pounds. Diorio again, big hole right up the middle, and Jeff successful this time. Picks up 5. Taking it close to the 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Lions.
The offensive line for the Lions did a nice job blocking that time. They got a good opening, and they moved the Westford people off the ball, giving Diorio some running room.
I had a promise from the one of the coaches that the team would be much, much better this week.
Well, both their running and passing games are a little work in progress right now, and they've shown, spurts of success, and it's going to get better.
So this is a jump ball. It's intercepted. Ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Number 54 for Westford pulled that in. That is Matt McGordy. He's a senior. And McGordy picks off Camp Smith and trying to hit over the middle, Rob, short look-in pass.
Yeah, little dive, the pop pass, dive pass.
Yeah, that's Chelmsford likes to run a quick
there
pass.
It is,
it's
replay.
Called flash. It's supposed to be quick protection. The line's supposed to get into their linemen, and they're supposed to
they want to get into them low. They get their hands down and stand up, and that doesn't help.
The second possession for the Grey Ghosts starts on the 49-yard line. Moran is looking to his coach on the sideline for instructions. He gets them, and he's still looking now. Takes Brett Fitzgerald, number 1, puts him to the right. He's going to throw it. He's going to get sacked. And taken down.
Charlie Calenda.
Calenda right up the middle, the senior captain. Loss of 2 on the play.
One of the things Chelmsford needs to do in defense is what they've been working on, and I think what they're looking forward to is a very good defensive line that's going to put more pressure on the quarterbacks this year.
Moran hands it to Rodman. Rodman dashes out again, and he's on the sideline. And he turns the corner, picks up big first down yardage, dragged down from behind by number 24, Jackie Gillette.
Jackie Gillette, one of the award winners from the coaching staff this past week for his game last week against Tewksbury.
Here's the replay.
All right, you'll see Rodman's going to stop. Oh, this is a Camp Smith's interception. This is Camp Smith's run for the first down.
On the first down play, Rodman is stacked up at the line of scrimmage, maybe half a yard loss. It's going to be 2nd and 11.
Rodman did a lot of that long run on his own. He started left and then cut back to the right and just outraced the Lions secondary and got to the outside.
Rodman is very smallish in size, but he has great feet and very good speed. Moran gives it to Rodman. Outside. Lions can't get him. He is eating up the right side of the Lions defense now. It's 3rd down and 5 for Westford. They have the ball at the 27-yard line. As Rob said, they don't go into a huddle. They look at the line of scrimmage, they look to the coaching staff on the sideline, and then they get their play.
Coaches at Westford side are trying to figure out what defense we're in and calling the play that they think is going to work against it.
Jet sweep.
Rodman straight ahead, taken down, no first down. It's going to be 4th. The tackler for the Lions, Louis Hughes. It's 4th and about 6 now for Westford. Just underway, about halfway through quarter number 1. Moran is going to have Rodman to his left. It's normally a passing down. Let's see what they would do. He's back to pass. They fire it. It's complete. It was tipped. It looks like first down yardage, just enough.
Just enough, yes.
The receiver there was
Podolsky, number 17.
17, yep. So Westford has a first down at the 21-yard line. Big 4th down conversion by the Grey Ghosts. They look sharp on offense to start this football game. Full house backfield. Number 17 with the football again, coming to the right, and they've identified a problem for the Lions. Podolsky, the ball carrier, big first down yardage, picks up 7.
They're running behind that big number 58, their offensive right tackle.
Good football player.
Yeah.
And they have 2nd and 3 now. The Lions are really on their heels in this particular drive, following the interception. Rodman straight ahead. Not much this time. Lions stack him up. It's going to be 3rd and about 3. Think they're going to go right, Rob?
Well, I certainly would, I guess, if I were them.
Yeah.
You know, they're just running an inside zone or outside zone. Most of it's inside zone, and the back's just bouncing. So there's some good penetration in the middle. Yeah. Coaches, I think, just have to work with the perimeter and make sure we're sealing that edge.
It's a 3rd down, 2 yards to go for a first down. Rodman straight ahead, first down and more, and he's going to score. He takes it in from the 13, and they're making this look really easy tonight, folks. 3 minutes, 25 seconds, and they have scored, had it twice, scored twice. And boy, they must have had a good week of practice as well.
Well, like you said, each team is playing with an 0-1 record. You know, there's urgency. Again, you have to limit mistakes. Here's the replay. It just finds the seam in the defense. Quick bounce cut, and there's no edge to stop that.
No.
Thomas Jacobson kicks it high, straight, and good. And he has his 2nd PAT. Westford has a 14-0 lead. And if there's anything good about this, we're still in the first quarter, I guess. So there's time.
We still have a long way to go.
But boy, you got, what I've seen so far has been very impressive.
Yes, Rodman has done a nice job. The downfield blocking has been very effective to create a running lane for Rodman once he breaks through the original line of scrimmage.
We're going to go to break. We'll be right back.
Salad on Saturday, fruit on Friday, throw a ball Thursday. Water Wednesday, touch your toes Tuesday. Let's move Monday, swap us next Sunday.
60 minutes of physical activity a day and eating well can help get your child healthy. So keep them active and eating well every day. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov. That's letsmove.gov.
Running the last kickoff.
All right, here is Mr. Jacobson to kick it off again. Same two guys, Colicchio and
this is short.
Diorio. This is a short one. It's taken by Dowry. Dowry breaks through the first line and takes it to the 39.
Yeah.
We were just saying during break that we think this is an important part of the football game for the Lions right now.
Right, this is critical series for the Lions. There's 3:20 left in the first quarter, and the Lions can be in this ball game if they can sustain a long drive here, come up with a score before the end of the quarter would be a real plus.
Boy, this is a beautiful night for football. The sky, it's just darkening now. It's a really nice night to play this game. We have a new camera on that goalpost, too, down at the end of where the 2 extra points have come. This is Rosano. Rosano picks up good 3.5, maybe 4. His first carry of the night.
Dive play at that point is a nice play, I think, because the defense is, you got to keep them guessing where you're going.
Westford, I noticed on that last first down, they had about 8 guys up at the line of scrimmage.
Right now, they've got a lot of people up there as well.
Yeah, they do. Cam Smith rolls it right, looks right, fires, and it's caught.
Nice job.
And that is caught by Devin Lecken, number 17, his first catch of the season. And a good first down, good pass completion by Cam Smith.
Good job by Jack that time. He rolled out very well. He kept his eyes downfield. And Devin came open on the power pass, and we were able to make the completion.
To the 41-yard line of Westford come the Lions. Diorio behind Rosano. Cam Smith under center. Hands it Diorio. Again, good first down yardage. Jeff's fighting for more, and boy, that was late after the whistle.
Yes, it was.
Some energetic hitting out there, but I thought the whistle had clearly blown. Pick up a 5 by Diorio. He takes it to the 39, 30, where are they going to spot this? 37-yard line.
Yeah.
Well, 4 or 5 yards every carry. It's what you want.
Right. I think this is what Coach Rich had in mind, and you mentioned in pregame, Rob, to get the running game going.
Cam Smith looks over the defense. Walks back, has time, going for the home run to Colicchio, and it's up for grabs. And Colicchio has the catch. He just out-jumped the defender.
Yeah.
This is something that many teams have done to us in the past. Big guy on small guy, and Colicchio, the big guy, won that battle.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He out-jumped the defender, number 2, for Westford. Tom Jacobson, the kicker, and he's not very big. I think that may have been Colicchio might be bigger than him.
Yeah, that's what I meant. For us, we finally had an advantage.
One of the few times, I think that.
Full house backfield.
Got the stack.
They're on the 3-yard line. The give is to Diorio, touchdown. The Lions are on the board, and a big drive by the Lions. They answered when they had to, Rob.
Nice 5-play drive, 61-yard drive.
And that's what we've been talking about. The offense has the ball in their hands. They have to have a drive. They have to come away with points. Going back to that Colicchio pass, I think one of the things you might start to see is instead of trying to go over the top, Tewksbury defended that very well. I think Coach Rich might, I think we tried to go for 2 there.
We did. Did we get it? I don't see a signal. And apparently
I think we did, yep.
He got the 2.
He got the 2,
That was Dowry getting the 2 points. So Todd Dowry gets 2 for the Lions, and now they're back in this game, 14-8.
All right, excellent job. And 52 seconds left in the first quarter.
Now the question is, can we stop the opponent?
Can we stop the opponent?
Well, I think that offense is the offense of old, and I think now the defense can have a little bit of confidence and take away some of the nerves and really kind of buckle down.
Exactly. I think they've seen a steady diet also of what Westford is trying to do, Rob. And our defensive front's got to toughen up and tighten up, I should say, and get some better tackling, and we'll be in business here. Rodman is a tough back. He's very elusive.
Charlie Calenda is the kicker for the Lions. He is going to kick it to either Nicholas Fioriello or number 17 is Podolski. He is back there with him. I'm surprised Rodman doesn't return kicks. Calenda belts this one deep to the goal line. And this is Fiorello to the left side. Fiorello is taken down just short of the 20-yard line, where Westford will have it 1st and 10.
One of the good things I noticed at the kickoff and in the defense, when we are making tackles, it's a gang tackle. We got a lot of kids in at it.
Getting good coverage downfield, and I think this field is up to Calenda's standards. He likes kicking on it. He's kicking it very well.
He's kicking it really well. You're absolutely right, Howie. He's boomed a couple here. All right, Westford with about 45 seconds to go in this rapidly moving first quarter. Let's see what they do. Moran, the quarterback, gives it to Rodman going left, and the Lions are there this time. No gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 10. That may be the last play of the first quarter, although Westford goes quickly.
Louis Hughes, number 32, on the tackle.
Well, we're going to get another play in, I think. Moran, I think, is in no hurry to call a play here. He does. He made a line on it. It's a pass. It could be picked, and it is. He shouldn't have been in a hurry to call a play.
Jackie Gillette.
Yep. And Chelmsford is going to be in business to start the second quarter. And a nice pickoff by Gillette the end of the first quarter. But the Lions are going to be in business. Rob, a big play.
That's what you want. You need those plays.
We're going to go to break. We'll come back with Rob's thoughts.
Pants. I am folding the pants. Do they go on my head?
Everyday moments can become teaching moments because learning starts long before school does. Give your child the start they need at bornlearning.org.
I wouldn't have been at this ceremony if I hadn't been at this ceremony first. Unfortunately, nearly 30% of U.S. high school students aren't making it to graduation, and every one of us, every parent, every friend, and neighbor has the responsibility to provide the support and encouragement they need to make it through, because we all need to see a lot more of these pictures.
All right, Chelmsford's first play following the interception features Diorio around the left side. Picks up pretty good yardage before he's knocked out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds, I believe, in about the no, he stepped out on the 19.
So that's a pickup of 5.
No,
they're going to give him 3 on the play.
He's on the 21.
Yep.
Here you have our end zone view, and it's the first time I think I've seen it tonight. We have a little camera on that goalpost. It's a nice little view,
right.
Different perspective.
That's a Dan Silvia creation, and we're going to call it the Dan Cam. All right, it's 2nd and 7 now for the Lions. Trying to take advantage, inside handoff, good hole, and Rosano just blasts ahead, close to first down. I think he has it.
He has, yes, he does.
His longest pickup of the season right there. Junior fullback showed terrific speed.
Yes, he did. He did.
And he said junior guard that this is lost. That was a cutback track. I think that was the fake toss fullback trap, and he lumbered it well.
He did.
Yes, he did.
Got the first down to the 14-yard line. Toss, Diorio has a good block. And
we got a holding call.
Yeah, that's good block. Might have been too good a block.
Yep.
It's a holding on the Lions. This is going to knock them back 10 yards. So they're going to have to overcome on first down now. It's going to be 1st and 20.
Again, little mistakes. You got to avoid that. We had a great interception right at the end of the quarter. Capitalize. Right. Get some points.
Yep.
Let's go back and run power and power pass with Jack sprinting out or
here's the replay
attacking
on that.
the corner.
Let's see if we can pick up the hold.
It's right out here on
yeah.
on Nick, I'm afraid.
I think you might be right. Okay, 1st and 20. The ball is back to the 22-yard line. Lions still have 4 downs now. They don't have to panic. And Diorio, he has some blockers out front this time. Gets away from one and picks up most of that 10 yards back.
Yes, down out of bounds on the 14.
So a nice quick step. Rob alluded to this in the pregame that he hits the holes quickly.
He does. I think that was our GT play, our counter tray, and he got hit. You're going to see the replay. He gets hit, but he bounces off it. He's very elusive, very tough to bring down, very wiry strong. And one hit there, he keeps his feet going, shoulders upfield. And like you said, I think he got back the whole 10 yards in that penalty.
All right, Owen McNamara, nice job pulling and leading that play, number 59.
They're at the 14. We have a flag.
Ball's loose.
Ball's loose, and there's a flag. And I think
they were offside.
I think Westford has recovered, and I think the flag is on the Lions.
Oh, okay.
I think. Let's see what it is. So that big break that the defense gave the offense was hurt by that penalty, and Westford is going to recover that fumble. See if we can find out who the person was.
I don't see a flag though.
I thought I saw one tossed and it wasn't.
No, you know what it is? It's a football on the sideline.
Oh, okay.
It would have to look like a flag.
Yeah, okay. So it's simply a turnover on the Lions.
Yeah, the Westford ran a stunt. Westford ran a stunt, and the blitzing linebacker interrupted the handoff.
They're at the 16. They have dodged the bullet. Rodman with the football, hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a gain of a yard. 2nd and 9. It's 2 turnovers on the Lions tonight.
It's those intangibles that are so crucial in games like this.
Right.
Turnovers, the plus-minus ratio, it's very important.
Right. Unless you have superior talent, that makes a big, big difference. Rodman's going to throw it, and he throws it, and it's tipped. I'm sorry, that was not Rodman, that was Moran.
Moran, right.
And it's incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 9. And the Lions could get great field position again if they can come up with the stop here.
3rd down plays, again, another crucial aspect, crucial statistics in a football game.
We're giving a little too much ground out here. There we go. Now we're moving up. The secondary is moving up a little bit.
He hands it. Rodman outside. Big yardage. 1st down.
And now we have flags.
We have a flag this time.
2 flags, actually. It's going to be holding, I believe.
I think the Lions may be going to be the beneficiaries this time of holding. So we can call that offsetting penalties, I guess, right? Eventually. It is going to be a hold. It's going to be 10 yards. And it's back to about the 10. Let's see if we can find it. Again, it's out on the corner, and it's hard to pick it up, but that's where it is.
Yeah.
It's 3rd and 16. Westford doesn't want to give the ball away here. Deep in Lion territory. And they had motion.
There. The ball wasn't snapped as people were moving.
Pretty good fake.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work. So it's going to be a 5 yards a penalty against Westford. Maybe if we can keep them snapping the ball, we'll get them into the end zone.
Again, we'll take a stop any way we can get
That's
it.
right. The ball is now at the 5.
But the 26 for a first down.
Like your math, right?
Long, deep one. This could get picked. Right through the hands of Colicchio.
Well, it's probably not a bad thing. 4th down now.
Yep.
They've got to force a punt deep in their end zone.
And I was watching their punter in pregame, and he was not really nailing the football in punt formation. So let's see what he does with this. The punter is number 19, and that is Luke LeBeau. He does the holding on PATs. He's standing in his end zone. Back deep is Colicchio?
Yes.
Yes. Here, I think you set up a return.
And it's a high kick, short kick. Colicchio's going to get it at the 39. They've got the return. Oh, he could have gone this way. But he dances.
Go forward.
Yeah, to the 31. So that turnover didn't hurt the Lions, and they're back in business deep in Westford territory. I thought if he stayed right, Howie.
Stayed right. He had his
thing I did.
momentum going this way.
Yep.
Try to get around the corner, get out here, to maybe even run it out of bounds. But he had plenty of width this way.
Here's a replay. Folks can see at home.
You'll see he started and then he just saw this pressure. He could have outrun 11.
He
stayed
could
to
have.
the right.
Yes, he could have. All right, the Lions have the football. Good field position, trailing by 6.
At this juncture, I wouldn't mind seeing maybe just going for the end zone.
Just toss it to Colicchio again?
You fumbled it away, but you got it back. Let's just put it in the end zone. First try, you still have 3 downs.
Colicchio is split wide to the right. He's in, Andre is in the slot next to him. And Westford jumps.
But he didn't snap it.
He didn't snap it, and apparently no contact. And what happened this time?
We still didn't snap it.
Whoa! And that's going to be against us.
Yeah, I think so.
Boy, this is another one of those mistakes that make it more difficult.
It's that work in progress.
Yeah, it is.
Offensive work in progress.
Yep.
But those are things, that we just have to discipline ourselves again to avoid.
Owen McNamara is our center.
The snap count.
And let it go. Tackles are Jake Murphy and Jonathan Morse. Jake Giampa, one of the guards.
Yeah. Owen McNamara, the other guard.
Single coverage on our outside receivers.
It's Diorio, not much. Not even more than I thought.
Yep.
Took it to the 30, so he got the 5 back. And plus a yard, so we'll give him 6 on that carry. Takes it to the 31, second and 9.
I think one of the things that some younger running backs in the Pop Warner levels could appreciate watching Jeff is the fact his legs never stop moving.
That's right.
You hear he stopped, but his feet don't stop moving. Arms don't bring him down. He just keeps going forward, and that's what you need.
All right, that was the FT that counted Trey with the fullback instead of a guard pulling the tackle.
Oh, we've got a flag, illegal procedure on the Lions. So we're going to go back 5 more yards.
So we'll be back to 2nd and 14.
Here's what happened. We were trading the tight end to the other side. Apparently, when you're a down lineman, you can't extend a hand below your knee. It looks like you're down. And if you pick it up and try to move, it's considered offsides, as if it were on the ground.
Okay.
Excuse me. Lecken is pleading his case that his hands were on his no foul.
They waved it off.
Yeah. So, Rob, you're right, and Lecken was right. He had his hands on his knees.
It's a replay. A do-over.
Yeah, it's a do-over. And good that the officials are willing to say, okay, maybe I was wrong.
I think at this level, I've seen plenty of guys, at least give the guy one shot and say, hey, next time, keep it up.
Right. Yep. Westford just took a 30-second timeout.
That's their second of the football game, and they want an explanation. Coach Gagne wants to know what happened there.
Coach Gagne might be getting confused with New Hampshire football rules, too. It's only the second Massachusetts game for him.
That's right.
No offense, Coach.
North of the border, they maybe have a couple of different ideas.
Well, it's different. They play federation rules.
Yes, they do.
I believe the only 2 states that play NCAA rules in high school are?
Massachusetts and Texas.
Correct.
Do we have a knowledgeable crew here or what?
Well,
All right,
I played my share in New Hampshire of JV games.
It's a toss. And great hit on
Diorio.
The Westford ball tackler was Alex Antes, one of their captains.
Defensive coach guessed right. He slanted to the left side, and that's right where we were running, to the offensive right. And he slanted right into the play, and that's why Diorio had a wall of Westford defenders right in front of him.
The bad news is we lost about 4 on the play. The good news is I think we're in 2-down territory here to try to pick up the 12 yards.
Absolutely, and don't be too sure that there isn't something trickery coming with this toss play.
Camp Smith has no one to throw to, and he's taken down.
I don't understand what that. It's supposed to be a quick slant. But
yeah, nobody nobody ran into the slant.
Looks like he didn't see his receiver.
4th down and 14 now. The ball is at the 35. Westford has answered on defense now in 2 consecutive possessions.
Wow.
Here's the replay on this.
There's nobody.
Looks like there was a runoff with some fade and then a slant behind it.
A slant behind it, yeah. And somehow either the ball slipped in Jack's hands, he didn't have a grip, or he couldn't see the intended receiver.
Colicchio at the bottom. You may see the jump ball again.
Here's the dash.
Rolling that way. He's looking. He's firing. He's got it. First down. That was Andre. Wow, what a key play that was. Great pass by Camp Smith. Great sit down by Andre.
Yeah, nice play there. Here's the. See if we get a replay of that.
And that has to be deflating to the defense. They've done a great job for 5 plays, and then all of a sudden, Johnson's back in business.
But I had to also defend the Lions. We kept shooting ourselves in the foot. Here's the replay on the dash. Jack throws on the run. Andre tucks it away, makes a catch for the first down. He knew how far he had to get, and he did a good job.
Tom Brady would love to have Nick Andre, wouldn't he?
After last night.
That's right. Come back to get the ball. Camp Smith keeps it himself.
Right.
Across the 15, picks up a couple.
Little quarterback ISO there.
Yep.
About 5 minutes left in the quarter, and I think, you see Chelmsford take a couple of minutes off and score, and go into the halftime perhaps ahead would be ideal.
Yes. After the start they had, you're absolutely right. 2 early Grey Ghost touchdowns in the first quarter, an answer by the Lions, and they're trying to put number 2 up on the board. Colicchio still, I think, is an option that you can go to if you have to. There's Bruce Rich Jr. right there on the sideline. Hasn't beaten his dad yet, and I know he would love to beat Dad.
I'm sure that dinner table must be awful fun.
This is, again,
we've got a
procedure. We're not snapping the football.
The ball's not coming up on time.
No. So we go back. We go ahead a yard. We go back 5. This is just getting to the point where
it's getting to the point of ridiculous. Yes.
You're right.
I mean, we've technically only run 6 plays. We've had so many penalties that we're getting do-overs.
I think one of the things down there in the field, the kids are excited. It's an imperative to get this game in and win, and maybe they're rushing the count. It's a brand new center. Never played varsity before, junior, so I'm sure they'll square it away.
Sure.
All right, let's see what Lions do here. They were on the run at the end with Colicchio. He's got yardage. He's high-stepping to the 5-yard line.
Got the first down.
There's the trickery that Rob said might be coming.
Yep.
Little end flanker around, reverse. Deep into, where is he going to put this? Inside the 5? No, inside the 10. They're going to knock him out about the 8-yard line.
There's a flag lying down on the 5, just being picked up. So I don't know what the flag was for. Is it a late hit?
Down there, hopefully it's a face mask.
That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping it's not a late block.
Right, as long as it's not a late block. Let's see. Well, he's facing
the Grey Ghost way.
Half the distance.
At the end of the run.
Gee, that helps. Now, these flags have been on the field on almost 8 or 9 consecutive plays. Here's the explanation to Adam Gagney. The Lions have it at the 3, 1st and goal.
All right, no argument from Coach
Here's
Gagney.
our camera, goalpost camera. What a great shot. How many high schools in Massachusetts can give you a picture like that? I'm willing to bet none.
Compliments to Dan Silvia for working this out. With a chance to see what it looks like from the defensive side. Stack, Diorio.
Diorio, he's close. They stack him up. They no signal. They're going to mark him at the touchdown. He's in.
There was no whistle.
Nope, he just kept going. So the second touchdown of the season, the second touchdown of the night for Jeff Diorio. And I can see a little bit of what Rob was saying during break. The Lions' strength. Now we're going to see if this is a touchdown.
They've been slow whistles, but I don't know if
this is like a video replay without the video replay. We have it, they don't. And what is it? It's not a touchdown, apparently. It's going to be marked at the goal line.
It's great having this new field, but there are so many lines down there.
Yeah. They're going to mark a penalty on the line.
Just remember that the football field is in
Here
white.
it is.
Here's the replay. Diorio stacked up there. Don't hear any whistle. And
I don't know.
Then he pops
comes.
out.
There
He
he
just
comes.
pops out right in front of you. I don't know who they're tackling on the ground, but it didn't seem to be Diorio.
Now they're going to put the ball back at about the half-yard line. They're going to call it 2nd and goal.
Could it have been an inadvertent whistle?
I was about to say that, yeah.
That's what it was, an inadvertent whistle. Even the officials didn't know who had the ball. They lost sight of the ball carrier.
Well, the game's been choppy, but now the officials are getting a little bit choppy here as well. I'm sure they'll get it squared away.
Yeah. But the linesman on this side, our sideline here, he waited and then signaled first touchdown.
Right.
He didn't blow his whistle.
Let's hope it doesn't come back to hurt. Cam Smith keeping himself.
Smith.
Nope.
No, Diorio.
Nope. He didn't make it. Nope. It's going to be a 3rd, and they actually might have lost a half-yard there.
Westford's congesting the area. I probably think they're in a 6-1. They're really uptight, so that was a little slow developing.
Yeah, they're base 4-3. They just bring in 2 people, make it 6-1 very easily.
All right, here's the play where that coach guaranteed me improvement. I'm going to see it on this play right here.
All right, you've got...
Again, the full house. Cam Smith, straight ahead. He is in. Touchdown, Chelmsford Lions. First touchdown of the season for Jack Cam Smith. And the Lions have tied the score. Boy, that drive took about 35 minutes. And maybe only 6 on the clock.
What was it, 5:20 or something when we got the ball. It's only took 3 minutes off the clock, but I have 11 plays, not counting the penalties for do-overs.
Amazing. Here's the touchdown, Cam Smith.
Great surge from the line there.
Yeah, and I have to compliment Eli Chimbakis on that guarantee.
All right, here's the extra point from our end zone camera.
Watch it, folks. Charlie Kalenda out of the hole of Mike Colicchio.
Coming right at you.
Westford's offside. And Kalenda booms it anyway. He kicked that one up to the Harrington School.
I think we can get that on the kickoff, correct?
I think so.
I believe
so.
I
think you can. Yep. And there is a flag. Charlie Kalenda, folks, has kicked his 101st extra point for the Chelmsford Lions in his 4 years. And I have to believe, I don't have all the records, but I have to believe that he is the most prolific kicker in Chelmsford High School history. I can't think of anyone else that rivals 100 PATs.
No.
Now 101. So congratulations to Charlie.
It was maybe, 10 years ago when we started actually getting pure kickers. High schools, if you had a lineman that was 300 pounds but he could kick straight on, that was the extra point guy.
That's right.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
life's this hard, it's no wonder 7,000 students drop out every school day. Visit boostup.org and help kids in your community stay in school.
Didn't go out of bounds. He dropped it out of bounds. Whoa, what a break.
Fumbled out of bounds
He's
on
at
the
the
4.
4 or 5. So that's a kickoff by Calendar. Again, a great deep kick.
Yeah.
Lions caught a break there.
That was against the wind.
Fiorillo caught the ball at about the goal line, and he fumbled it at the 5-yard line.
I think they're marking it on the 4, Bruce.
4, yeah.
4-yard line.
Again, you're right, against the wind, and Calendar just boomed it.
Now here, I think if you can make a stop right away on first down.
Yep. Take some
you
timeouts.
Think about some timeouts and
Sure.
Put another one in. Calendar could kick a field goal with no time left.
Sure. All right, Westford scored the first 14. The Lions have the second 15. They lead by a point. Got to find Rodman now.
Linebacker's eye should be on Rodman.
That's right.
Correct. No, it's
Fake.
Moran on the
Moran
keep.
keeps it, and he's taken
well
down
done.
quickly.
Number 24.
Yep.
Jackie Gillette.
Jackie Gillette again. Second and 11. He lost a yard. We're going to get the 2-minute warning, I think, before this play goes off. Guess we're not going to get a 2-minute warning.
I don't believe they will stop it for right in the middle of a play.
This is 17 with the football.
Podolski.
That's Podolski. Lions should take a timeout now, and they do.
Might be 2-minute warning now.
Yeah, they should take the timeout anyway.
They may have also done it after the kickoff because it was very close.
True. Very true, yes.
So it's going to be no timeout by the Lions. And it's going to be 3rd and 8. This is a huge play for Westford.
The clock was stopped, and I don't know why.
And I thought Chelmsford took a timeout.
They're signaling 30 seconds.
Yeah, Chelmsford wants the 30s. They're first of the half. Got 5. Might as well use them.
This is a good time to use it, too.
Yes, yes. Rob, speak to the point you were making before about size. And Westford maybe being worn down a little bit.
Size of the teams, yeah, absolutely. I noticed, towards the end of the first quarter, or middle of the second, some kids stretching out some cramps and whatnot. So I think the numbers that we have and the number of people we can throw at them, and we'll wear them out. We'll wear them down.
And they're probably doing a lot of two-way players. They're doing a lot of players playing both ways.
Exactly.
So that they may be.
We're ready to go. It's a big play again, as I said, for Westford Academy. Rob Rousseau, Howie Neal, Ron Berman, and Rousseau. They're going for a big one, and they have the first down. It's Podolski, and the Lions let them out of a hole out to the 17-yard line. So big first down by Westford.
Just a crossing pattern, almost like a pick play, but Podolski just went behind the slot receiver. This is the replay.
This is live now. Yep. And a stop and go, and it's overthrown. Good defense by the Lions. They're looking for Podolski again. Last week, Podolski was the go-to receiver. He caught 4 passes for 70 yards, and he's caught a couple tonight anyway. So Westford helped the Lions a little bit there by stopping the clock.
Well, I mean, the gravy would be to get the ball back and maybe score with a minute left, but certainly just stopping them from scoring again is what they need to do going into the half.
Find Rodman. And we've got a whistle before the play. And Chelmsford had called a timeout.
Yes.
Yeah, the Lions had called a timeout. They didn't have enough people on the field because I saw Colicchio go off the field, and I don't think they had 11 guys.
Coach Marshall, I believe, called a timeout.
Yeah.
Because the secondary was shy a guy.
Right. Tough enough stopping them with 11. You don't want to try it with 10.
Try with 10, no. Absolutely.
12 maybe.
12, there's an idea, yeah. So it looks like the Lions have taken a full timeout. You can see the Westford sideline here. The Grey Ghosts are out of the dual county league with Acton Boxborough. That will be one of our opponents coming up in a couple more weeks. And Billerica next Friday night.
I can't get excited for
I
that.
can't either.
Do you have your turkey ordered? I have mine ordered.
It just doesn't seem right.
Dan Silvia, get the breakfast ready.
Yeah, Dan's going to cook breakfast for us.
Maybe they'll let us play it at 10:30 in the morning.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
It could be the warmest Thanksgiving in history.
Could be, although I actually have played
last
some
week,
pretty warm
last
ones.
year was a nice day.
I've been at Thanksgiving games where I actually wore shorts because I had to.
2nd and 10. Not because you were making a statement.
Correct.
There's a little confusion here. Now we're squared away. Dowry jumping around over there, trying to confuse. Tip.
Oh, it's tipped.
Right.
Nice job. That was number 11, I believe, for the Lions. Agustin Makarutsa. Nice defensive play. First time we've called his name tonight. Had a good game last week.
Yes, he did.
3rd and 10. Still a minute 15.
You'll see Chelmsford kids moving around a lot. It's just disguising what they're doing.
Yep. There's a slant again.
He's rushed. He's taken down.
Right.
Take a timeout, Chelmsford. And they have a minute 8. Take the timeout. It's going to be a punting situation. We haven't. Yes,
There
we
it
did.
is. Yep.
We wasted 6-7 seconds there, though. But they did realize it. They picked it up. We're going to at least get a chance to return this.
They tried to run the slant to Podolski again from the right side that time, but it was picked up very well by the secondary, by Dowry over there.
Well, it's a combination. You have good pressure from the front line. You're giving him some confusion on the pre-snap reads, and now he can't set up and throw. So that's what the defense needs to do, and you'll start to see them do it better and better as we go along.
Sure.
We have halftime show with junior high school bands coming out. Two bands from Westford, Chelmsford.
When you get a chance, if you look just to the right of the Lions bench where the Lions are meeting, you'll see all the junior high musicians getting ready to perform at halftime.
There's Coach Rich talking to the referee about something. He's in a good mood, though. He's smiling. It's not what he usually does when he's talking to me. He's not usually smiling. All right, Colicchio is back on his 45-yard line. They may try to kick this away from Colicchio. Good snap and a good kick. Colicchio has it. Straight up the middle. Eludes one, gets to the outside, and comes taken down at the 46-yard line. Return of about 9 yards by Mike Colicchio. Lions have 51 seconds to try to get into field goal range or put some points on the board.
I think we'll see Chelmsford's 2-minute offense. Again, I think it's one of the highlights of their offense. I believe they run a very good 2-minute offense.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity to air it out, but also to try it out in a game situation. I don't know how we didn't get much opportunity last week for a 2-minute offense.
Jackie Gillette got popped on that. Colicchio popped him, and it looked like he came off with a little bit of a shoulder. I hope he's okay. Trying to do some blocking. Lions have Colicchio and Andre on this side. They roll it this way. Campson fires it to the out, and it's caught. Gain of 9, and it stops the clock. That's what Rob was alluding to. They understand sideline. They understand possession. Get out of bounds, save the timeouts.
During practice, a 2-minute offense, you could put a 10-minute period in the offense and just run it against air. The timing is good. And we practiced that 100 times, I think, during the week.
And that's a case, again, where Brett Fitzgerald, number 1, is just not big enough to defend Colicchio if the ball is thrown well.
Yeah, right.
First quarter belonged to Westford Academy, the second quarter belonging to the Chelmsford Lions. Cam Smith, quick one. Colicchio took his eyes off that one a little bit.
He saw the number 83, Moran, out of O'Brien out of the corner of his eye. and took his eye off it, because if he caught that in stride, he was going to
There
split
it is.
it.
Ooh. Yeah, he was going to hurry up the field.
He was going to split and be on his way.
At least the first down.
Okay, it is a third down. It's about a yard to go. The Lions runner have how many timeouts left? 2 timeouts?
Surprised he's not going for the
2.
Going for his first down here, get the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, he's going to right now.
But
He's got it. Now the clock will stop.
Yep.
Lions need to get right to the line of scrimmage, maybe spike this one.
I think they have time to run a play.
It's
actually.
4th down. They didn't get the first.
Oh boy, I'd take a measurement on this one.
They're going to bring him in.
Yeah.
Well, the stake. Okay. Oh, I see. The stake I thought was on the yard strike, but I can see that it isn't. So I think the extra effort by Jack there got him the first down.
Rob, I see Jack hobbled in the first 2 games. An ankle injury?
Yeah, in one of our scrimmages preseason, the good news is it's injury, but it's a concussion type injury. It's a bruise.
It's a bruise.
He got cleated pretty good, and it's annoying. I don't think there's any structural damage.
Right.
I mean, you're hobbled a little bit, but
It
really,
hurts.
Jack, yeah.
Right.
But he's moving. He's attacking the corners very well. It doesn't appear to be hobbled, and I think it just bothers him when he gets grabbed on it or gets hit on the ankle.
Westford has taken a timeout. They did the Lions a favor there. The clock was going to start as soon as the referee determined ready, and Westford has taken their 5th timeout, 4th timeout.
Yeah,
Thank you.
they probably.
Yeah, that means one more.
I thought that was last.
That means that's all.
That's it. Yeah, I
They're
thought
out.
that was their 5th. Yeah. That's one time I outwitted the statistician. That's the only time, I think. Okay, the Lions are faced with 4th down, about 6 inches to go. Obviously, you want to pick up the first down, get right to the line of scrimmage because the clock will stop.
And then start up again as soon as the chains are set.
I want to see Jack go in the first sound. I don't want him to waste any time. I want him to come up to the line, let everybody get set, put his hands underneath, and go. Make a sound and just get the snap from McNamara and get the first down and have a second play ready.
I think you see Coach Rich in that huddle putting a 2-play drive in there.
Sure.
That's why I was surprised Westford took a timeout there. I really think they did the Lions a favor.
First sound, Jack.
Here we go. That one's first down.
All right.
Now get to the line of scrimmage. The clock is going to stop.
They're lining up.
We're getting close to Calendarland here. Another first down, and I think we're pretty well there.
Lions called a timeout.
They did. Okay. So with 32 to go, the Lions, that's unofficial, of course, but our crack timekeeper, he's never off by more than 2 or 3 minutes. We're giving Mike a bad time. He does a great job. Michael O'Keefe, terrific timer. All right, the Lions are ready. 1st and 10, 33-yard line.
I think 5-6 more yards and you're at the edge of what Kalenda could make.
Cam Smith to throw it. Westford blitzes. He rolls away from it. He fires. Incomplete. Looking for Andre on the sideline. And I think that's what they're looking for, Rob. They're looking to pick up that 6, 7, 8 yards and give him a shot at it.
Currently, I believe it would be a 50-yard field goal attempt if they just kicked it from here, which is not necessarily out of his range, but you know, you want to give him a good chance at making this.
Right.
Sure.
He has 5 career field goals for the Lions. Had 4 last year. I should have checked his longest, and I don't have the number on that. I'll get it next week.
I want to say at practice, he was talking to me the other day, and I think he's around 50. He was making, yeah, booming him. But that's practice with no one coming at you.
Right. Right. Yeah. I saw Mike Lapoli, one of the assistants, kicking them last week and doing a nice job until he strained his quads. Blitz. Lions pick it up. Jack going for the distance, and it's caught.
Yes, it's
what a
caught.
catch!
Gotta
What a
go,
touchdown.
Jack. Touchdown.
Oh, what a catch by Mike Colicchio, one of the highlights of the season right there.
That was a great outstretched catch by Mike Colicchio. The ball was thrown right on the money, right at the corner.
I tell you what, if I was coaching a receivers clinic, I would show you this highlight. If we see a replay, Mike actually accelerates when the ball was thrown.
There it
He
is,
knew he
folks.
wasn't going to get it. He accelerates without worrying about where the ball is to pick up the extra yard that he needed. You don't.
Wow.
Very tail end. He was about the goal line. He just took off to put a little burst of speed because he could get under it.
Absolutely.
Another guy that probably could help the Patriots. Kalenda to attempt the 21st point for the Lions. Offside again, it looked like, and he booms it. And that is good. The Lions have scored 21 unanswered points. There is 18 seconds to play. And what a catch by what a senior Mike Colicchio. What can you say when somebody 22 to 14, when somebody comes up with a catch like that? It's just.
And if you see at the very end, it's almost high college or pro-like. He brings the ball in, he turns his body, makes sure that the ball is into his body.
Here's the replay again. It's the dash play. Zano does a good job.
Right about now, he's accelerating. He knows the ball's going to be overthrown if he doesn't.
He's behind Podolsky. And great extension.
Ooh, and pulls it into his body. Holds on.
It doesn't have to go under review like last night.
Not in high school.
Nope. Kalenda has it teed up at the 40-yard line.
How many yards was that pass? I wasn't. Where did we throw it from?
The run, he squibs it, and it bounces off. Chelmsford may have it. I think the Lions have it. Stop the clock now. Now we can try the field goal just for
practice.
Ronald, what was the yardage on that pass? Do you have that one?
The Lions recovered.
33-yard touchdown pass, and the Lions have it, and they're going to, I'm sure, maybe one play. Here's the replay. Who comes out of there?
It's a scrum.
Let's see if we can find out. No, it didn't roll far enough. So, Rob, one play and then the field goal, do you think?
I would try that.
Yeah.
Right now it's a 47-yard field goal from here.
There it is again. Let's see if we can find the Lion that recovers. I don't know. No. That's a team recovery right there.
That's right.
Okay, the Lions have a chance to pick up a few yards. Call a timeout, kick it. Don't get sacked. Fires deep, wide open. Oh, he almost pulled in another one. He was open.
Yes.
He had beaten Podolsky again.
Hit his hand, hit his helmet.
What's the matter with you, Mike? Why didn't you catch that?
I think you put the field goal team out and try
Right
it
now,
anyways.
sure.
It'll take all of the 5.6 off the clock.
Right.
And you go into the halftime with a high.
It would be a 40. Here's the replay. Well thrown ball again. Just a
One
little
hand
bit
off
long.
the helmet. Almost. Mike didn't give up. Almost had it.
They're not going to try the field goal, apparently. Maybe it's just a little bit far. It would be a 47-yarder, Rob.
Yes.
Against the wind a little bit, so pretty tough. Fine Colicchio, Westford. And here he goes. He's looking for the ball. He doesn't catch this one.
Broken up.
Well defended. That's the end of the half. The Lions have scored 22 points in a row, taking a 22-14 halftime lead. And they have some jump in their step right now. And congratulations for coming back. And speaking of coming back, we'll come back for the second half in just a few moments.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
All right, welcome back, everybody. You just missed, if you weren't here at the stadium, I just want to compliment both Westford Academy and Chelmsford High School marching bands. Put on a show together. Outstanding. Had some people, young people from the junior high, both junior high schools in town. It was a great show. Maybe even from Westford, I'm not sure. Yeah. But it was a great performance. The Lions have scored 22 in a row. They're going to get the football, Howie. We have Chelmsford and Diorio, correct?
Correct. Back deep.
And Thomas Jacobson to kick it. It's a short kick. Coming up on it is Diorio. And he's straight up the field to the 40, 38, 36-yard line. The Lions will have it 1st and 10. Rob, the way they finished that half was certainly had to be an uplift for the spirit of the team.
I got to believe that halftime, the locker room was a happy place to be. We talked about the offense, getting some points on the board, a couple of turnovers, obviously Westford scoring early and fast 2 times. But coming out of this halftime, 22-14, and getting the ball back, I'm sure Chelmsford is excited to be out there now.
After this play, Howie's got some stats from the first half from Rana that he can deliver to you. We have Diorio as the tailback.
Lozano offset, bubble screen.
Toss to
Diorio, nice cutback.
Finds some room and picks up good yardage, about 7. Howie, how about those stats
All right,
from the first half?
Stats, Jeff Diorio, 12 carries, 29 yards, 1 touchdown. Jack Campsmith, 5 for 10 for 97 yards and 1 throwing touchdown, 1 running touchdown.
1 of each.
One of each. And Mike Colicchio, 3 catches for 76 yards and 1 touchdown, which was an exciting catch, one of the best you'll ever see in high school football.
All right, the Lions now are 2nd and 5, and they have it at the 42-yard line. And it's a Lozano, and Westford stuffed that one out. That one went nowhere. Number 58 for Westford right there to make the stop.
All right.
And that is Ryan Pockok. I'm sorry, that is John Brady.
Number 75, was it?
58. It's 58. I was right in the first place. Pockok.
We've been watching him all day, both on offense and defense.
Yes, he's an outstanding player.
It's now a 3rd and 9. Westford looking for a stop to get the Lions off the field and see if they can get some momentum back on their sideline. Campsmith to throw it, has pretty good protection, looks sideline, and it's short.
Now we got a flag for
late hit. Holding on the Lions. Okay, they'll refuse that, I think, and they're going to refuse it. So the Lions are quickly in a 3 and out and in a punting situation, their first of the night. Todd Dowry is the punter.
I think that last play, Jack was rushed.
Yeah.
Or he threw off balance because the ball didn't make it.
I thought the arm got hit or he
something.
had something. Yeah, there was some definite interference there.
Dowry's number 45, and he's going to be kicking it to Podolsky. Just kind of surprised that Rodman is not their punt returner. Good snap. And it's a high, wobbly kick. It's going to bounce at the 40 and go out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. So Westford will have it. And they did what they had to do. Took the opening drive from the Lions and stopped it.
I see a flag.
You see a what?
Flag right on the 42.
Oh, okay.
Did they just mark where it went out of bounds?
No, I don't think. No, it's in midfield. It's got to be some kind of a blocking infraction.
Oh, it's middle of the field. Pardon me.
Yep. And it's against Chelmsford. So this is going to put the ball into Chelmsford territory, and Westford's going to get a huge 15-yarder and take it to the 46 of Chelmsford. So they have virtually taken the punt and negated it. They will start with their quarterback, who is Luke Moran, number 13. And we're set to go.
Chelmsford wants to come away with a tough stop in this series.
Well, they're locking on as far as man-to-man coverage.
That's Rodman. And if he doesn't get a hole, he's not going to take too many people and blow them away. He's just not big enough.
Right.
He's quick, shifty.
He's quick.
Gained a yard, 2nd and 9 to the 45-yard line.
Well, if the defensive line can stay square and not get turned and create a hole, he has a hard time, no question.
Good point. Let's hope that can continue.
I think the defense, too, is trying to keep the ball in his hands and not have the quarterback pull it.
It's a toss to the side, completed. Good blocking out front. And this is a big gainer for Westford, number 1. Brett Fitzgerald takes the ball deep into Chelmsford territory. And they're inside the 25. They're going to mark it at the 22-yard line. First and 10.
He made a nice move and had one Lion player miss him badly.
Rodman outside. Yardage this time.
No.
But no, he gets pulled down out there.
Pickup of about 2.
Number 21, Alex Frecker.
What you have
stop.
there, sorry, Bruce, what you have there is what we saw in the first half, except Chelmsford set the edge.
Yes.
2nd and 9 for Westford. They're at the 20-yard line. And we have a flag.
He had a procedure penalty.
And it's going to push him back 5 yards. Every 5 at this juncture helps. Both teams have had a little bit of problem with procedure penalties tonight.
Oftentimes a game will come down to, one less turnover than the other team, one less penalty than the other team.
It's now 2nd and 14 for Westford. They're back to the 26-yard line. Having a little bit of trouble getting the play in now.
They like to throw to Podolski out here in the left slant.
They're looking for the go. He's wide open, and it's
Overthrown.
He faked it inside, took it outside,
Yep.
and he was open.
Yes, he was.
But not able to be completed. It's 3rd and 14, and this is 2-down territory, no doubt, for the Grey Ghosts.
One of the things Coach Marshalls has been working with the defensive backs this year is we really want to take away those quick hitters, and we want to take away the run. So you'll see our defensive backs really kind of impeding, always looking into the backfield. I think there we just got kind of caught up.
Slant.
And this is again Moran, and he's taken down. Number 77. Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. Morse. That's Jonathan Morse.
Morse with the sack, and that's a big loss. It's going to be 4th down now and about 25 yards to go. The ball is all the way back to the 35-yard line.
Johnny Morse was a Hammer Award winner from Coach Salapoli.
He showed why there.
Yeah.
He's a tremendous player with a nickname that you won't believe. Smiles.
Really?
Yeah,
Smiles.
he's always smiling. He loves what he does.
Isn't that nice to hear?
Yeah.
4th down.
You hit.
I'd almost consider punting the ball here.
Well, I think Westford, Chelmsford's been a little bit sporadic at moving the balls. You're not going to get much from a punt.
Podolski on the late.
Over the middle, it's caught. I'm glad you didn't.
Not even close.
I would have wished he had punted it. Podolski for the 34-yard touchdown. Right straight over the middle, hit him in stride. We've seen some really fine offensive catches in this game. I wish they had punted it now.
Yeah. They got him one-on-one coverage and wasn't even close.
No, here it is.
He's going to run a skinny post.
Ball's thrown right on time, right on target. And Westford has crawled back to a 2-point deficit. They're going to go for 2 here, try to tie the score. Rodman has it. And the score is tied. We're all knotted up at 22 with 6:26 to play in the third quarter, and this has been a dynamite football game. Here's the replay. We're going to go to break, and then we'll show it to you.
Well, here's the replay and the break.
Can I have $1? Yeah, it's right. I think my purse is upstairs on the bed. It's not here. Check the dining room. No. What about your sister's room? It's not there either. The upstairs closet? The downstairs closet?
There are no more closets.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money.
Berman and Ann Rousseau. Westford has just scored on a 34-yard touchdown pass from their quarterback, Luke Moran, to Thomas and Podolsky. Short pooch kick, and it's going to be picked up by Diorio out of bounds. But I thought the Lions might have hit it.
I think he touched it. So
yeah.
That's where the ball's going to be.
So they're going to get the ball, but they're going to get it inside the 20-yard line. And that's a case where maybe Jeff didn't know that one of the Lions hit that thing.
Although I see the flag.
The flag, I don't think it was touched.
They're saying no touch, and
15.
they're going to kick it again. That's a break.
Went over number 15's head. Who's that? Mike?
Koshlin,
yeah.
So that is a break. And I'd move, as we said last week, I'd move my deep backs up.
Right, they're trying to keep it away from, they want the short up guys to catch it. So.
That was a big conversion by Westford on a 4th down, about 25 yards to go for the first down, and they come away with a touchdown. You know, if you, I watched the Patriots last night. I'm sure my partners did too. And this game is far, far more exciting than the Patriots game.
That was brutal. The nice thing out of last night's game is one of the Jets defensive linemen, his nickname, Snacks.
Yep, Snacks. This one is caught by the up back, and pretty good return. They're going to get it now to the 42, and was that Koshlin again?
Yes, it was.
Okay, Koshlin returns it. He is a
junior,
5'10", 165 pounds.
Backup quarterback.
Is he?
Yeah.
Backup quarterback?
Very good athlete.
Okay, nice job by Mike, and the Lions have it at the 41, and once again, we need some points. Last year's football game between these two schools ended at a 40-26 score, and points have been the name of this series.
Chumps are coming back out in their solid formation. Maybe you'll see the ball run a little bit.
Diorio pushes the pile up to the 45, so it's going to be a nice gain.
Nicely done.
Offensive line pushing the pile too.
Are we playing in the Westford hand a little bit, not having Colicchio out there even as a threat at wideout?
Well, I think Coach just rotates them in. And quite frankly, I mean, for what you might ask out of a solid look, they can catch. I mean, you know, they might not be catching the deep ball, but you don't have to throw it.
Okay.
There's the Three Musketeers.
Right, here's Colicchio out now.
Howie is the good-looking one. There's Rana too, and we got to get Ian in there someplace.
As Tom would say, we're the talent.
That's right.
Oh.
Diorio bounces ahead.
Not
it's
much
going to
there.
be about 3 yards short of the first down. Going to make him 4 yards short of the first down. As Howie said, not much. It's going to be a big third down conversion now for the Lions. Third and a long 4, short 5.
Let's run left over Smiley, over Smiles.
Miles. Which is far better than Snacks.
That's what I thought. I guess Snacks used to weigh 390 or something. He's now slimmed down to 320.
A lot of Snacks there, huh?
I thought one of the interesting things was the fact that Belichick-
Westford jumped and there's a flag. We're going to get real close to the first down now.
At the end of that game, there was that melee, and they ejected 2 Jets. And
Right.
Belichick wouldn't put his offense on until they actually removed them from the stadium.
Yep.
And then he took a knee.
Yeah.
Of course, Talib could have solved that whole problem by just running out of bounds.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, first down. The Lions are into Westford territory at the 48-yard line. And Westford helped them out there. Took them out of a big third down play.
Well, Jack probably gave a nice hard count to draw him off. I'd like to see more of that. It's nice to see that the Lions are changing up the snap count a bit, and keeping the defense.
I used to like to tell the center to flex his hand. Referee couldn't see it. Looks like
Ball kept by number 8, Jack Hampson.
That's a good point. That's called
squeeze the ball tight.
Yeah.
That's called legal. That's not cheating, is it?
I don't think so.
And not bobbing the head, too,
Correct,
at the same time.
yeah.
That's a pickup of 2 by Camp Smith. So it's 2nd and 8 now for the Lions. They do want to take time off the clock, but they also want it to end with points on the board.
Sure.
Been a lot of offensive plays in this football game by both teams. Diorio hasn't broken a big one yet this year. Would be nice if he could. Camp Smith's going to keep it. He's got big yardage, 40, 30, and flag. We got a block. It's coming back. And I'm not even sure he needed that block.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. I could see it coming. A
48-yard touchdown run is going to come back.
Jack's not going to be happy.
Nope. Boy, he showed some great speed.
Excellent job there. Nice cutback.
I'll bet we have it. Let's take a look.
He gets the corner.
Get the corner. There's nobody there. It was nice and soft, and you're going to see the...
Oh, I'm not too sure about that.
Oh, no.
Did you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh.
This number here. It was too bad. It wasn't even close. Coach Lepoli's in his face.
Yeah, and as I said, I don't even think they needed the block.
No, too bad.
So it's a gain, goes as a gain of 2 yards as opposed to a touchdown of about 48 yards. No, it's a bigger gain. I'm sorry.
Bill marked it off in the spot.
They marked the spot, so it's very close to a...
It's a gain of 9 yards by Camp Smith. Lions have it at the 39-yard line of Westford. And a timeout by Westford. Timeout by Westford. Their first of the second half. It's tough when you have to take points off the board.
Yes, it is. It is. Nobody feels as badly about it as
the person.
The person that did it. Too.
Absolutely.
He just,
you
know.
So he's telling, pointing to the scoreboard, making sure that they know it's 2nd down and not 3rd down. 2nd and a yard.
2nd and a yard in this side of the field. I like to go big.
Go big, yeah.
They might go big. Well, they
got single coverage on Colicchio.
This is a down, you can do that. And they went small for the first down. Camp Smith picks it up. I agree. Take a shot. You can come back with that on 3rd and 4th.
Yeah.
And Colicchio again is covered single by a much smaller defender. I'm sure it's all right with the Brett Fitzgerald of Westford that they went short, not long. To the 38-yard line, almost the 37. And Jack is talking to the referee about something.
Well, he's hobbling right now, and I don't know if he's saying, gee, they twisted my ankle under the in the pile here.
Yeah. He's noticeably gimpy right now. He's going to keep it again. And good thing that time. Colicchio laid off a block.
Right.
And did a good job by doing so. Good first down yardage, Rob.
Yeah. It looks like Jack, though, running a little bit on his heels there.
Yeah.
You might want to think about throwing it now.
Yeah. Or handing it off, definitely.
Beginning of the pre-game, I should say. I know he had it looked like Kate the trainer here. This is our dash play. Good call to keep it, but his stride is a little bit different than on that 48-yard run.
Right. Yes.
I think he had a knot in his calf earlier today in the preseason. It might be knotted up again.
Nice classy move by young Bruce Rich as Jack came back on the field. Gave him a tap on the helmet.
Dowry is in number 45 as the blocking back now. And this is Diorio offside. This is the big one we're looking for. He gets a block in the corner. I thought I saw another flag, but no.
No.
Yeah, Diorio turns it upfield, takes it from the 32-yard line down to the, where will they put this? At the
14?
About the 14, yeah. So a gain of 18 yards.
Here's the replay.
It's the counter tray. You pull a guard.
Pull a guard, and Dowry led through that time.
Yeah.
The FT or FG?
CF, that's center fullback.
CF, center fullback.
Everyone else in the line blocks to the right. They kick out to the left. Diorio, again, running back clinic, finds a little hole, hits it, it gets positive yards.
That's a gain of 18. It puts the Lions in business in the red zone at the 14-yard line. Inside handoff. Lozano fights for yardage.
It's Dowry.
Dowry fights for yardage. Todd Dowry, senior captain.
Down to the 9, I believe.
Picks up good 4 there.
There you have our fake toss, fullback trap. You run the toss, it sets up that play.
Yep.
And Dowry just a little bit quicker than Lozano.
Yep.
Lozano's a bigger, stronger blocker, but Dowry's a little quicker.
I always joke with Joey. It's fullback is nothing more than a slightly quicker guard.
Yep. All right, it is a 2nd and 6 for the Lions. They're doing one thing that's very important here is they're grinding the clock. Diorio, close to first down yardage. He's at the 10.
Got to mark it on the 5.
5-yard line he is. Yeah, inside the 10 to the 5. It's going to be 3rd and about a yard.
Would this be the 11th play, Rana?
So it is a 3rd and 1. We're checking on that. We'll see. Yeah.
8-play drive so far.
Okay. I'm counting the flags, I guess, the do-overs.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cam Smith keeps it. Goes ahead for the first down. He's inside the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal now for the Lions at about the 3-yard line, just inside the 4.
You can see 50 seconds left on the clock in the 3rd quarter.
I'd like to see the Lions put it in so we could use our camera down there.
That's right. Use the camera right now to watch the play from behind.
That's a close-up of Jack Cam Smith, number 8, junior quarterback for the Lions. Lions trailed in this game early, 14-0. Came back to take a 22-14 halftime lead, and now it's tied at 22. Cam Smith again looking for that touchdown.
Down to the 1.
He's close. They're going to mark him at the 1. It's going to be 2nd and goal at the 1.
Still line giving some good surge.
Yes.
Little quick count there.
Absolutely. Nice to go in the quick count. There's nothing to...
Coach Eli has got the offensive line rolling tonight, along with Tommy Souza, Eli, Mike Marshall, Lenny Rapone, Johnny King, Mike Bernazzani, and Sal and Mike Lapoli, and that's going to end the 3rd quarter. So we have Westford scoring 8, Lions getting none, but the Lions are knocking on the goal door. 2nd and goal at the 2.
Westford, Coach Gagney's got a question about, he's questioning something.
Yeah, clock I thought, but he's out in the middle of the field talking to the referee now. There he is. You can see him on the screen.
I think he just wants an explanation, but he's probably trying to find out if the clock is official or he believes it is. And the referee is telling him no, the clock isn't official.
I don't think in high school any big
Any clock
is
is
always in
official,
the field.
right?
Well,
Right.
there are schools that hire an official to run the clock.
He's not a happy camper, I know that.
No.
But everything's fine. They gave each other a pat on the back, and up the field they go. So each team had the ball once in the, Lions have had it twice.
Lions have had it twice, Westford once.
Yeah, a 3 and out, and then a long drive by Westford, a long drive by the Lions.
Yeah. Westford drive was 6 plays.
This drive started at about the 42, I believe.
Started
Is that
at
correct?
42, correct.
Yep, thank you. And let's hope it ends very shortly. Will the Lions kick the extra point, do you think, Rob, if they score this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the chart that we always look at
Right.
at this 6-point differential
Yep.
kick the extra point.
Westford's taken their second timeout. That's unusual to take one right off a timeout at the period.
Yeah. They might have wanted to
quarter.
see what Chelmsford's offense is going to come out in.
There's our goalpost camera looking all the way down to the end. We had helicopters here tonight. We've got goalpost cameras. And next week, there's one of our crew. That's Adam.
Adam Hirsch.
Adam Hirsch, yeah. Pulling cable. Adam's going to be stronger tomorrow morning. I know that.
And he was our cameraman in pregame.
Yeah,
too.
did a great job.
Excellent job. Yeah.
And our crew person helping us tonight, Carly Waters. All right, the Lions are in the huddle.
The chart says kick on that 6-point lead. So if we score, we kick.
Let's see if they can score first. We don't want to put our chickens ahead of the eggs here.
Jack's picking his spot. There he
And
is.
he gets close. And I think he's in. Nope, then haven't said it
whistle.
yet. No.
I think about a yard.
So he's going to be 3rd and goal now from the 1. You get a chance to see where they put it. Boy, that is inches.
All right, I thought he was going to slice right in there.
I did too. I didn't think there's any way he was going to be stopped.
He saw the gap, and he. Well, you can see how close it is. It's the length of a football.
It's 3rd down. This is sort of fingernail biting time. You don't want to go to 4th and goal. Let Westford, they came up with a couple of great goal line stands against Lowell, as well as Lowell did to them. Jack didn't get the surge this time.
Oh, he might have got it.
And did he get the ball in? No, they're going to say no.
No, put the ball in last.
They're going to say 4th and goal at the inch line. Boy, you got a great back like Diorio. I'm surprised he hasn't touched it once in this series. And there's the replay. Jack is still on his feet, and he put the ball in.
Gee,
He broke the plane with the ball.
Right. Yeah, Jackson.
Yeah, that's where
what the
replay
referee
would have
is looking
helped
at
us.
is that his knees that you don't sort of see, but I'm pretty sure his knees are still up when he reaches in.
Here it is, folks. The play of the football game. Camp Smith.
He's in now.
And they said touchdown. They're going to give Jack his 2nd touchdown of the night. And boy, did he actually earn, he really earned that one, didn't he?
He earned that one, right?
Wow. You can see the emotion in him right now. He thought he had it a couple of plays before. Kalenda, all-important PAT.
Right.
The referee was kind of slow on that touchdown, but
He was.
at the end of the play, he's 5 yards into the end zone. I don't know what the question was.
Right. So Chelmsford has scored. They've taken the ball 58 yards. And Colicchio to hold it. Kalenda to kick it. High snap, ball down, kick is up, and it looks perfect. And it is. Boy, Colicchio did a nice job getting that ball down, and Charlie did a good job being patient. So the Lions have a 7-point lead now, 29-22 in the 4th quarter. Can you close it out, folks?
A long way to go.
Yep, long way to go. And especially with a scoring machine, and we'll check it out when we come back.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
3-yard line.
Kickoff, Podolski with the football, Fiorello with the football. He's blasted down. A great kick by Charlie. That's Mike Russo in there to make the stop. That's a couple of stops he's made on kickoffs, Rob.
Yeah.
Mike actually has pretty quick feet. Salapoli, when he was a freshman, used to joke about him going down on the line. And, I kind of thought he maybe had some attributes like his Uncle Russ had back when he played linebacker for us. And Mike's about 185, 190 pounds. He's just under 6 feet, I think, although it says 6 feet in the program. And he runs the 400 for us in track.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a tough race, too.
It's a grinding, grueling race. 1st and 10, Westford. They're at the 20-yard line. And a timeout is taken by the referee, and everything is now set to go. They just needed to back up some people on the sideline.
That's the great thing about this field, too. We actually have a sideline.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Clearly marked. Rodman dropped. Morse and number 32 for the Lions, and that is Louis Hughes. Had a nice game tonight, Louis has.
I just watched Matt Daly, 54, and he did a nice job of staying square and stuffing that hole from his linebacker spot.
Gain of a yard, 2nd and 9. And this is a handoff with breakout speed and falling down after picking up the first down. That's Rodman again. He is inches away when he gets through the first line. He can outrun people. First down, Westford.
A lot of deception in that play with the motion back.
Right.
Not sure if it's the jet sweep to the motion back.
A lot of things to look at. Moran, number 13, has Rodman there, number 20. He's talking to Podolski out on his left side.
First time we've seen this little stack formation. Oh, okay, Podolski in motion.
He brings him in. He gives him the football. Podolski gains about 4. Taken down by number 11.
Oh, we have a late hit.
Augustine Makasura. Kakarutsa, I'm sorry. And a flag for a late hit.
Chelmsford, I think, came in a little bit late.
That's going to be 15 yards. And, boy, you just can't give up penalties like that. That's 2 or 3 big ones that the Lions have committed. The ball is at just shy of the 50. Westford on the march. You really need to put the stop in here defensively. Podolski comes back in. He gets the ball again. He's hit behind the line this time and taken down. A nice defensive play. Costa, I believe. Nick Costa.
Yep. And, yes.
I got another flag down in the secondary this time. Boy, we have seen a lot of penalties tonight.
That could be holding.
So a great defensive play appears to be negated by another Lion penalty.
I think they're going to refuse it. They did.
Okay, very good. That's refused. It was against Westford.
Yes.
And that's a loss of about 7 on the play. This is the defensive stop we need to make, Rob, right now.
Oh, absolutely. 7.5 minutes left. We get a stop here. Let our offense go back to work.
Moran has his play. Gives it to Rodman. Rodman with the corner. Big yardage. Taken down out there by number 21, Freca, but short of the first down.
It'll be 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 3.
But he picked up big yardage on that play. Picked up about 14, takes it to the 42.
One of the things I think
44-yard line.
One of the things I think you're seeing from our safeties is they are hitting well. They come up and they'll whack you.
Yes.
And first down yardage. And it's more than first down yardage. Unfortunately, they're hitting them, but they're 20 yards downfield before they hit them.
Yeah. Yes.
Jackie Gillette on the tackle, first down. Westford crawled out of that big hole. They're on the march themselves.
Rodman kept his feet there. He is built low to the ground and does an excellent job of keeping his balance.
He's cramping up now, though.
At the 32, and he is gingerly flexing his leg. I don't know if, I'll see if I can get some stats on Rodman. He has a lot of yards tonight. It's a toss, and it's overthrown. Do we have any stats, runner, on Rodman? Let's see if we can find out some of his yardage numbers. 2nd and 10, 32.
Looks like 14 rushes for Rodman and 170 yards.
Wow, he's and 2 touchdowns. 170, the big one, of course, the 89-yarder in the first quarter.
That certainly pads the stats.
Yes, it does. He has it. Not much there. It's going to be 3rd and a long way.
All right, Costa and Louis Hughes.
If anything, loss of a half yard. It's going to be 3rd and 10. I don't see Westford punting late, moving into territory here late in the game.
2 key plays. Third downs this night have been key plays, and Chelmsford struggled a little bit with stopping them.
We haven't been able to get off the field on 3rd down. And they're looking for the pass. It's tossed. It's caught. And it's
out of
bounds.
Knocked him out of bounds.
Todd Dowry coming over.
Podolski. Dowry making the play. 4th down.
Well thrown ball. He was open.
Would you say this is the play of the night so far, gentlemen?
Yes.
I concur. 4th down.
Yeah, well thrown ball by Moran.
Here it is.
Here's the replay, and you'll see Dowry coming over the top and knocking him out of bounds.
And he didn't keep possession. I would look for Podolski on this play.
Single coverage.
And timeout, Westford.
Yeah, Coach Marshall, someone called timeout.
No, Westford did.
Westford did,
yeah,
okay.
You're right.
3rd timeout.
Yeah. And they know it's the play of the game, too.
Yeah. We need to we made the change. Calicchio is in there for Alex Palermo.
A little bigger, bigger size. Calicchio played defensive back last year. He had some experience. 4th and 10, the ball's at the 32.
10th play of the drive coming up.
2 statisticians are.
10th play of the drive coming up.
I think they're making dinner plans.
Well, certainly we want to stop the first down. But the last time we had 4th and whatever,
right?
Touchdown,
they had touchdown.
So. Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And I wouldn't, what Podolski is, I wouldn't be surprised if they would. This Bruce Rich talking to the referee.
All right, the Calicchio is in as a deep safety.
This referee is, poor guy, has done a lot of talking to the both coaches tonight.
Yeah. So
are we ready?
Podolski on the fade.
Yep.
Calicchio's got to be looking at him.
What you want to see here is a good run.
Yep.
Here they come. He sets up. He fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. And the Lions have turned it over.
They're looking for Moran over the middle.
The defensive stop that they wanted, they came up with 5:44 to go in our football game. The Lions need to take 5:43 off this clock now.
What you saw there is what you want your linebackers to do. Someone coming across the middle, you have to disrupt that.
Yes, excellent job there.
I think, though, at dinner tonight, I'm going to tell my son that the next time he disrupts something, you better knock him down.
Yeah, don't let him cross your face. Give him a little tap.
That's right.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. But they didn't commit pass interference either, and that would be a risky situation.
Most probably, I think I said this last week, as long as the ball is not in the air, you can hit receivers anywhere in the field.
Right.
Legally, in the front,
Sure. Fair game. Once again, the referee's on the sideline talking to Coach Rich.
Yeah.
Maybe they're making dinner plans. Who knows? I want to thank Tom Peterson, who spends hours putting this show together during the week, game night.
Yeah.
Dan Silvia right there with him. Welcome back, Daryl Benoit, tonight. We've got a lot of people that we have to thank, and hopefully we get around to doing that. Oh, they're going to throw it. They're going to complete it. No, incomplete. Looking for Lecken.
Yeah. And I have to say that Jack Campsmith had the corner. He could have run.
Yeah.
He tried to force one in there. It was pretty tight coverage. But he threw it in a good spot. So the defender couldn't get at it very easily. And Podolsky made a Podolsky made a good play there to knock the ball down.
Trying to maybe fool Westford a little, but running the ball is what the Lions need to do.
You'll hear me talking about four-minute
Right.
offense, and that's when you're having the lead and you want to get first downs so that they don't get the ball back.
Right. They're going to throw it again.
Nice bench play.
And
short of the first down. It's a catch.
It's a catch, and the clock keeps moving.
It's only about a half yard from a first down.
Boy, that's a gutsy call by head coach Bruce Rich.
Yeah,
that's a long throw, too.
That was a long throw. Jack put a lot on it. He threw it a little high, but Colicchio went up for it. Good catch here.
This is Chelmsford's ISO pass. One receiver route, fake the ISO. It's a comeback. We call it a 7.
Comeback, right, a 7.
Coach Rich looking for his 129th victory of his coaching career. And we've got a cramping situation for Fitzgerald on the sideline, so he's one of their defensive backs. Now they're going to run it. And good surge that time by Diorio.
Yep, get the first down, picked up a good yardage. They're at the 45, the Lion 45.
Now, I have no problem with the passing game and the 4-minute offense, but you want to make sure that the passes are the
safe passes.
The safe passes. Roll out, get an option to run.
Possession pass.
Short, possession pass, thank you.
Yep, that's the word we were looking for.
Yes.
It's a 1st and 10. It's at the 45-yard line. The clock you can see on your screen. Keep an eye on that, folks. Lions enjoying a 7-point lead.
4.5, that's a long time.
It's a long time.
Is a long time.
Eternity.
I always get confused. High school is 30 seconds from the set.
Yes.
Yes. And a timeout by the Lions.
And you want to snap it at 29 seconds.
There you go.
You do. In this situation.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a 30-second timeout by Chelmsford. Now, Rob, do they pound it from here in, or do you still keep the pass in the playbook, or is it the option pass?
I think you keep. I think you keep the pass, but you want run. You want more run.
You want
one
run.
Or two passes.
Run, play action with Jack on the corner is my thinking.
Right.
Because Jack has been able to run pretty well. He's been able to
that was Adam Gagne, and this is the Chelmsford sideline. Very good crowd again tonight.
Yeah.
This is 2 weeks in a row, and I can't see anything but big crowd next week when we have Bill Ricker here.
Absolutely.
They were winning at halftime tonight against Woburn. It's Diorio, and it is a good first down game.
Picked up 4.
Westford is stunting now on defense, and if Diorio ever breaks that initial line, he's going to go all the way.
Yeah, he's just got to get away from an arm tackle or whatever that's slowing him down in there.
How many timeouts?
How many plays?
Westford has 2 timeouts running left. They can't stop the They can't stop it along too many times. That's one of the problems, that they've used their timeouts early.
Right, absolutely.
And Chelmsford is doing what Rob said. They're milking the clock now.
And as we talked about early, Westford, multiple-sided players. Some people are starting to cramp. They get tired.
Yeah.
As I said, a lot of offensive plays. Diorio hitting the backfield. They weren't tired on that
We got
play.
a flag.
That's a face mask, I think.
Could be face mask. Could be holding from that.
Well, the referee threw it, though.
Yeah.
That's face mask, I believe. Yes, it was, Bruce.
Hunter Canton was the tackler. He's a junior. He's had a great night tonight, interior lineman, but there was a face mask, and you'll see that on the replay.
Yeah.
That was an easy call. Even these old eyes picked that one up.
Yeah, he did an about face. And when the referee throws the flag,
it's either holding
a white hat. Yeah.
One or the other.
Yeah. Roughing the passer or face mask.
We're grinding down to the 3-minute mark. We're at the 37-yard line.
Jack's did a nice job there. He's the clock went down a little bit.
And Diorio again. Just hold on to the football now is what you need to do. He didn't gain much, if anything. We'll give him a yard on that play. Jeff has been a workhorse. He hasn't lit up the scoreboard in terms of huge numbers, but he has had a solid football game.
What people don't realize, too, when you're burning the clock like that, it takes 5 or 6 seconds after a scrum to set the ball. So now you get 35 seconds.
Sure.
You know, you use every second you have.
Jack looks to the umpire in the defensive backfield. He signals how much time before he has to snap it with his hand.
Hand up is 10 seconds, and parallel to the ground is 5 seconds.
Another good stop by Westford. I wouldn't be surprised if they take a timeout, and they did. So they're going to stop it with about 2 minutes to go in the football game. It's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Lions. This is a crucial 2 plays for both teams. Would be nice not to have to give. They can stop the clock one more time, and if I were the Lions, I think I would run it one more time and make them take that time out.
Absolutely.
Because they're in. They have 2 more plays.
Now the official's going to give the 2-minute warning now at 2:07.
Okay.
They're not going to stop it and give us an additional timeout or anything. So I think that's what they're doing now. They're coming over to.
Which actually kind of helps.
Well, yes.
The last time the Lions have started 0-2 in a season was 2005, and they certainly don't want to do that. Makes practice a lot better when you win. It's a lot more fun to come out there and practice.
Absolutely.
Cam Smith may throw it here, folks. It's Colicchio with a reverse. Didn't fool anybody.
No.
Westford may take their last time out. It's going to be 4th down. They do take their last time. No, this is the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning now.
And it's 4th and 12. And the Lions have nothing to lose by throwing it on this down.
Well,
Coach
obviously
Rich.
getting a first down, getting a first down is key. But
Sure.
if you can get 11 yards, it's not much farther Westford have to go with 2 minutes.
Yep.
In my head, I'm thinking fake punt.
And they have no timeouts left.
At this distance,
Yeah.
Dowry standing on about his own 49-yard line.
Well, even a punt in the end zone is going to gain you 20 yards.
Sure.
The Lions are going to punt it.
Coming out and punt.
Yeah.
So this is a good call. I concur with both of you. I like the call here. You just need to get the good snap and coverage.
And, I'm going to erase the fake punt because the clock's going to stop for change of possession.
Right.
So let's just kick it, like you say.
Get the yardage. Kick it, cover it.
Yeah.
And let's move on.
Number 17, Will Paduski back to return.
But then again,
punt. It's Diorio around the corner, down the sideline. He's going to score. No, just
but first
caught.
down.
But first down, and that's going to really put the nail into Westford now.
Yeah.
Boy, that took a riverboat gambler to make that call. Wow. To the 12-yard line, and Jeff showed the speed. Here it is in replay. Wow.
Saw the tail end of it, just putting a move on the punt return of Paduski. But I was at practice Wednesday, and I saw them do the fake, and that's why I said it. But then I said, "Now let's kick it because we won't have change of possession."
Boy, that is a terrific call. We can say it now.
Yeah.
And, all Jack has to do is kneel down now, and this football game is over. He just has to take the snap, kneel down.
But he's going to give it to Diorio, let him score.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't
I'm
think
not
so.
sure.
He's going to kneel down.
I think we're in kneel down formation.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. 2 wings.
He should be. Yeah, he's going to kneel down. Okay. Once or twice more, and now I'm going. This is the time of the game.
The clock just stopped. There was a timeout call.
They had one left. Okay, he still has enough time to do that.
Yeah.
30 seconds. That's
right.
Now,
3 downs.
Your prediction tonight was.
Bruce always does this when he's right, It wasn't this.
I had 28-12. I know that.
And I had 27-20, so
Ah.
I'm going to claim
35.
victory tonight.
Well, someone had 35.
But we all had the winner.
It
That's
would have
the
been
most
35
important
if
thing.
Camp Smith didn't. On
Yeah,
Camp Smith's touchdown,
that's
we didn't
right.
have the.
Correct.
So you're in the ballpark, Coach.
Yes. Well, thanks.
Well, they did score on that drive.
Yes, they did. All right.
Okay.
That's right.
Crowd is beginning to move out now, and Camp Smith simply has to kneel down. Westford acquitted themselves extremely well tonight. Congratulations to them. But the Lions came through with that victory that they so badly needed to go to 1-1 on the season. They come back home next week to play Billerica. Come out and see that one, folks. It's you don't know how many times you're going to get to see a Billerica game.
Right.
In the middle
September.
of September, end of September, middle September.
Billerica actually is not even in Division I anymore.
No. I was talking to Dave Priva of the Lowell Sun tonight as to how Billerica qualifies, and nobody seems to know. They can't figure it out. This is such a wacky system that has been implemented this year. It's bizarre.
I have my opinions.
Yeah, I do too. I think that's similar. That'll be it, folks. The Lions are going to come out of here with a 29-22 victory. Congratulations to head coach Bruce Rich and the entire Chelmsford High School coaching staff, football team. Final quick words, Howie.
Excellent job by the offense. I'm going to wear the green again next week, even though it's Billerica. I don't know. I guess I
don't
won't.
know.
I don't think I will. But the Lions came out, did a good job on offense, 29 points. Defense tightened up after the early shocker, the first quarter. Gave up 14 quick points. They came back, and Coach did a nice job there, Coach Sousa, of tightening things up. They only gave up 8 points over the last 3 quarters. Excellent win for the Lions. They come back to 1-1. They come back with Billerica next week here, 7 o'clock. Rob,
go ahead.
Well, coming back to the first league game, really now in the hunt for the playoffs, so keep getting better, keep improving, and good things will happen.
yes, we're coming out of this healthy. Everybody looked, we didn't have any injuries that we're aware of, and the Lions had a tough week to deal with, but they came out of it in good shape.
Congratulations once again. Thanks to Tom Peterson, Dan Silvia, and all the crew. For Bruce, for Howie Neal, for Rob Russo-Rana, and Ann, thank you so much to both of you. You do a great job. Congratulations to the Lions. Good night, everybody.